Well, the reason for that, I presume, is because you're perceived to... Well, the reason for that is you're perceived... Well, hang on. You're perceived to be a propagandist for the Iranian regime, okay?
Oh,
And
okay.
I think I asked you last time, the best way to test this is I can be very critical, as I have been this morning on social media, about my government and my Prime Minister. I've demanded that he resign, right? I've done the same about President Trump when I disagree with him. But could you right now, speaking from Tehran on this show, can you think of one critical thing you would level at your leadership in Iran? Just give me one criticism of them.
Pembawa acara Piers Morgan mencoba memainkan kartu lamanya. Ia menyebut Profesor Marandi sebagai alat propaganda pemerintah Iran karena tidak berani mengkritik borok pemerintah Iran. Borok yang Piers maksud adalah tuduhan bahwa pemerintah Iran pada awal tahun 2026 telah membunuh ribuan pengunjuk rasa yang menginginkan perubahan rezim di Iran.
What about your regime? What about your regime?
My regime
Theocratic fascists who murder thousands of protesters for protesting against them. What about that?
I know. Okay, let me go. First of all, you're hiding the fact that you could not answer this question by saying this. However, I'm glad you raised this.
Piers tampaknya lupa bahwa di era keterbukaan informasi seperti sekarang tidaklah sulit untuk membuktikan kebenaran klaim-klaim tersebut. Sebelumnya, Presiden Amerika Serikat Donald Trump secara tidak sengaja mengakui bahwa mereka telah mempersenjatai para demonstran tersebut.
If they protest, if they go out in the streets, they will be immediately shot. They don't have guns. You know, we sent some guns, but the group that was supposed to give, which I said would happen to my people, I said it, I called it exactly. We sent guns, a lot of guns. They were supposed to go to the people so they could fight back against these thugs. You know what happened? The people that they sent them to kept them because they said, what a beautiful gun, I think I'll keep it. So I'm very upset with a certain group of people and they're going to pay a big price for that. But the Iranian people will fight back as soon as they know they're not going to be shot and as soon as they can get weapons.
Artinya, keinginan pergantian rezim di Iran bukanlah pergerakan murni dari masyarakat, melainkan gerakan yang telah ditunggangi kekuatan asing.
This nonsense was all created in order to justify this war. Trump himself, just a couple of weeks ago, said that he sent weapons to the so-called protesters. How is it possible if those protests were organic and they were spontaneous that they needed weapons? How did he know who they were? How
many protesters did your regime kill?
How did he know?
How many did you kill?
How did he know that they even use weapons, that they could use weapons? It was because
how many of your protesters did your regime kill?
Because he was afraid. You're afraid to accept the fact that he knew and his intelligence agency knew.
Answer my simple
Israeli
question.
Intelligence agency knew that these were not
how many thousands
protesters.
How many thousands of protesters did your regime slaughter in January?
No peaceful protesters. No peaceful protesters were slaughtered by the police. In fact, the first 2 days.
What a disgusting lie.
You are the disgusting person who supports ethno-supremacism.
This is why people call you a stooge and propagandist for the regime.
Tidak hanya itu, Piers juga menuduh pemerintah Iran bermuka dua karena membela Paus Leo yang dianggap lemah oleh Presiden Trump.
We had a bizarre situation last week where the Iranian president issued a statement supporting the Catholic Pope Leo over attacks made against him by President Trump. And he said he condemned the insult to Your Excellency over the desecration of Jesus, a prophet of peace and brotherhood, is not acceptable to any free person. I wish you glory by Allah.
Untuk memperkuat argumentasinya, Piers mengutip data berisi tindakan diskriminasi pemerintah Iran terhadap kelompok minoritas seperti Yahudi dan Kristen di Iran.
Many people were taken aback by this because in the World Report of 2026, Iran Human Rights Watch specified that Christians, along with other religious minorities, face systemic discrimination in law and practice in Iran, and there is a significant wave of arrests targeting Christian communities following regional conflicts in mid-2025, often based on unfounded accusations of connection with Israel. So people are struggling to see why your president would be quite so vocal in his support of Catholics given that backdrop.
Profesor Marandi hanya tersenyum mendengarkan tuduhan tersebut, sebab ia tahu siapa yang mendanai lembaga penelitian itu.
Well, I think it was clear that you would find some way to support aggression and to demonize Iran because that's what you do. And of course, that's fake. We have many churches in Iran. You refuse to travel to Iran. I propose to you to come to the country. You could go visit the churches and you could go.
Well, you've refused to travel to London. Come to London, no problem. I'll see you in London.
I've lived. Well, right now they're busy bombing us. They're busy destroying our country and murdering our people. And I prefer to stay in Tehran under airstrikes to stand up for my people. And I've been to your country before, but you've never been here. I've even proposed that you read a book, Going to Tehran by Flint and Hillary Leverett. Christian community in Iran is doing very well. They have MPs in parliament. And unlike Christians in Lebanon, whose churches are being destroyed by the Israeli regime, and unlike the synagogue in Tehran, which was bombed by the Israeli regime, all Iranian churches and all Iranian synagogues are well protected by the people of Iran. You don't want to say that, you don't want to believe that, because it goes against that narrative that you built in your mind, and that actually it's the Iranians that are the good guys. They're the ones who are the anti-genocide people, and your governments are the pro-genocide people.
Semua tuduhan yang dilontarkan Piers Morgan dalam acara itu sebenarnya adalah lagu lama yang telah digaungkan. Banyak dari masyarakat barat yang menolak percaya narasi tersebut dan memilih mengunjungi Iran secara langsung. Apa yang mereka dapati sangat bertolak belakang dari pemberitaan media. George Galloway misalnya mengunjungi sebuah sinagoga di Iran dan menunjukkan keadaan sebenarnya.
This is the Haim Synagogue in downtown Tehran. It's more than 100 years old and it's still active. Let me say that again. The Haim Synagogue in downtown Tehran. The largest community of Jewish people in this entire part of the world is here in Iran. They have members in the parliament, members in the government, honored, treasured. There's not even a guard on this synagogue, and there doesn't need to be, because the Iranian people honor, value, cherish the Jewish community that lives here and has lived here since ancient times. Jewish people at least will know of the house of Esther and Mordechai in the Iranian town of Hamadan, which is a place of pilgrimage for Jews all over the world. You didn't know any of this, did you? Because they don't want you to know.
Dan tentu, sebuah stasiun kereta bawah tanah modern bertema gereja yang dibangun pemerintah Iran secara khusus untuk menghormati komunitas Kristen Armenia di negara itu tidak akan pernah dipublikasikan media, bukan?